I've done this challenge in Fallout 4, so it's time to find out, can you do it in Skyrim? Can you beat Skyrim as a cannibal? For this challenge, I'm only allowed to heal by eating people, so I chose Hannibal Lecter after one of the greatest movie villains. And I chose a Dark Elf because I wanted a magic build, because that's actually my favorite way to play. Before I died, Alduin saved me like normal. Don't worry, I'll repay him for saving me later. After that, I decided to follow the Empire because I'm a Dark Elf, and I might be a cannibal who eats people, but I do not defend racism. Luckily, I can attack, I just can't, well, heal. Now, the cannibalism perk isn't really that useful, and I'll explain why later, but for now, I can only heal by waiting. If you wait, you'll naturally heal. And you might say, well, isn't that against the challenge? Well, it's my channel, and I say it's allowed. So, getting through the tutorial was easy, like always. I just had to make sure that nothing really hit me. I also shocked Hadvar for a while so I can level up my destruction, which is pretty nice. After getting out of the cave, it was finally time for me to get the Cannibal Park. But the only way to get the ability to commit cannibalism is to join a cult. So that's exactly what I did. As I talked to a priest about some weird people stealing dead bodies. Then I met with the weird people, and they decided that I should join them. So I said yes, but before I could do that, I had to clear out some Draugr. Now, since I couldn't really heal, all I did was stand back and let her do most of the work, as I managed to put in a bit of damage and even got a cool shock kill. As then, it was finally time for me to commit cannibalism, as I ate a priest, got the ring, and could finally join the cult. Sadly, there's no more cult missions. That's it. You can just eat people now. Then I bought some magic spells because, like I said before, I like magic. Because magic is the coolest way to fight in this game. If you disagree, then that's fine. Just say I suck in the comments. Now it was time for me to try to get Stone. But before I did that, I decided to test out the cannibalism ability. And I freaked out because I couldn't eat them. Because I forgot to put the ring on. For some reason, you need to wear a ring. Otherwise, you can't eat people. Because a god gives you the power to eat people. I don't know. Eventually, I remembered to put on the ring, devoured her, and I learned the true core of this ability. It makes you heal faster and gives you a slightly bit more health. That is it. And this is the only way I can heal. I also leveled up some conjuration with the soul trap trick. So yeah, that's also why I relied on magic a bit. Because I didn't really want to get up close to fight. And I could have used bow and arrows, that probably would have been more efficient, or sneak, but I wanted to save those for their own challenges, so I decided just to go with magic, because I already did kind of a magic-like build before. So yeah, after that I had to kill someone for the Golden Claw. Nice, and yes, I do know his name, but he is not worthy of me to say it. And then I decided to kill some Draggers before they woke up. The Draggers luckily weren't too hard to kill, but for some reason you cannot eat Draggers. Apparently I can't eat bone, so yeah, I had to use some creative abilities to get rid of them. Once I ran out of magic, I decided to lure them into some traps, which is efficient and fun. After that, I summoned an Atronak and shot the boss with some lightning. The boss is pretty low level, luckily, so I was easily able to take care of it. Now it's time for me to kill a dragon. By kill a dragon, I mean hide in a tower, take a few pot shots, and let the guards do most of the work. Because even though I'm a dark elf and I'm somewhat immune to fire, it still hurts, so it's best to let other people do the work for me, especially at this level, since I can only eat people to heal. After killing the dragon, I stole some loot and absorbed his soul and realized I was a dragonborn. Then I joined the Imperial Legion, because I did not want to go through that peace council, so I wanted to finish the Civil War first. For two reasons. One, it levels up my destruction. And two, Cloaks are racist towards dark elves, so I killed and ate some bandits. After that, I was able to join the Imperial Army, as we did an assault to try to get an ancient crown, so the Stormcloaks can't declare themselves true king of Skyrim or whatever the hell. I wasn't paying attention. All I know is I get to kill some Stormcloaks and eat them. Yep, we've all done this quest before. It's not hard. You just kill a couple Stormcloaks, kill some Draggr, and complete a couple puzzles here and there. And eventually you get to the final boss with the crown, and you fall back and let all your soldiers do the work. I mean, you fight valiantly and get it that way. After doing that, I then went back to Winterhelm to defend it. You see, he wanted me to deliver a message to see if the Stormcloaks were serious about attacking the city. So me and the rest of the Imperials defended the city against the Stormcloaks, as they tried to shoot me with bows and arrows, and I shot them with literal lightning. So you can see how well that went. Not very well for them. I also ate them because Stormcloaks are yummy wummy in my tummy. I had to kill a courier and steal their messages so I can sabotage it. So that's exactly what I did. After sabotaging the Stormcloaks, I then went on to attack a rebel base with me and the rest of the Empire. And by attack, I mean summon some Atronachs and with me taking a few pot shots here and there with electricity, and with the Empire's help, it didn't prove much of a challenge. Now, there were times where I almost died here and there, and a lot of the bodies would disappear when the waves started to disappear. Like when it said 30% remaining, some bodies would disappear, like that. But I was able to eat a few people and take over the base. After that, I stole some incriminating evidence and blackmailed a Jarl, where she agreed to tell me where the Stormcloaks were hiding some good stuff. So, me and the rest of the Imperial soldiers ambushed them, where I hit on a rock and blasted them so they couldn't hit me, while the Imperial soldiers acted like cannon fodder, and that's how you be a good soldier. After lighting them on fire, I then ate their flesh, and then I continued on with my mission, clearing out another fort. But this time I had a Frost Atronach, which helped me out quite a bit. Now, to make sure things don't get too repetitive, I decided to skip towards the final battle, because the rest of them are just, well, fort mission after fort mission. They get kind of boring after a while. So, we stormed the capital. Get it? Storm the capital? Stormcloaks? No? Okay. After that, we met with their leader, Ulrik, who was immune to my electricity, so I had to blast his right hand. And as you can see, I fought bravely in this final battle. By bravely, I just mean I hit behind him and shocked him with lightning while the Legate did rest of the work. And eventually I was able to cut off Ulrik's head and manage to liberate all Dark Elves. I will eventually get the Stormcloaks ending, but I really, really hate the Stormcloaks in this game. So, yeah, there will be a lot of Imperial endings on my playthroughs. Anyway, after that, I went to his Unrelenting Force. After that, it was time for me to get the Horn. So yeah, the Horn was fun to get, and by fun, I mean terrible, because some of these magic casters had an immunity to electricity, but luckily my Frost Atronachs were able to damage them, and most of them were not summoners. Most of the enemies were draggers, so I was able to take them out, and anytime I witnessed a summoner, I just ate their flesh. As the Frost Atronach and I took down a giant spider, we went through and found out that the Horn wasn't there. It was stolen by everyone's favorite character, ha ha ha. As then I met with Delphine, and she talked to me about being the Dragonborn and not believing me. So to prove myself, I had to kill a dragon. So I just went behind its butt and shot it with a lot of electricity, as it acted like nothing was happening at all. As then the dragon got pissed and almost killed me, but I was able to escape, hide like a little B-word, and kill the dragon. Hip hip hooray, I am the Dragonborn. After proving myself, I went to a party to discover what the Thalmor know. And yeah, the party went out as usual, ran away and killed some of the honored guests and guards. And yeah, after that, I devoured some more guests and some more guards, yummy, yummy, yummy. Then I met the prisoner, and watch how many shock spells it took to take him out. Originally, I wasn't even going to show this in the video, I was just going to show me eating him, but it took me like 3 lightning bolts to kill this man. This man was resilient. After that, I dealt with some more Thalmor guards, leveled up my heavy armor skill, nice. I mean, I wore a robe for most of the game, so it didn't really do much, but hey, a level up is a level up. After that, I met with Esben and convinced him to clean up and come out of his messy room. Then I went to Sky Temple to clear out some bandits, and to cut myself to open up a wall so I can. After that, I met with Parthenax. Me and Parthenax talked, and he told me I needed to get the dragon scroll. So, it was off to get the dragon scroll, as I was going to do this annoying hard quest through this dungeon. Huh, yay! Hey, but at least there was one person I could snack on before fighting the robots that do so much damage to you. But I had an ace up my sleeve. You see, Skyrim gives you an option. There's this shout that makes it so no one can hurt you. And that is how I was going to get through here, by using this shout. Anytime something tried to attack me, I would simply use the shout and ignore them as I just ran on by them, and I used it to clear out the whole dungeon until I got the dragon scroll. As now it was finally time for me to go back in time and learn how to beat Alduin. But before I did that, I decided to craft a bunch of daggers and enchant them, because I wanted my enchanting up to 80, so I can enchant all my armor to regen magic way better. I even hired a guy to help me with enchanting, and this took me literally an entire day and a half of just doing this over and over again until I finally reached level 80. And yeah, after I reached level 80, I can finally make all my magic regen happen almost instantaneously. And the reason I was going so overboard is because I was about to fight Alduin, and I can't use any healing potions or any way to heal. And from this point on in the main story, there'll be no people for me to eat. So this is the only way I can fight as a glass cannon, doing more damage than I can take. First try, and it didn't go too well. I died immediately. Second try, I actually managed to do it by trapping him over and over again with Dragon Rend, and anytime he would try to shoot at me, I would just jump higher on the rocks, as I would blast him with electricity over and over again, until I finally defeated Alduin. After defeating Alduin, the game wasn't over yet, as he fled with his army to try to devour all the souls, so I had to trap a dragon and go into the afterlife. So I rode the dragon to try to stop Alduin. But some of his guards were trying to stop me from entering the portal, so I had to fight some dragger with some electricity. And yeah, this was actually kind of fun. Having my magic regen very quickly made it quite easy, although it was hard and I did die a couple of times without being on the heal. But eventually I did make it to the portal, and it was time for the final battle with Alduin. But before I do that, I had to test my strength and prove I'm worthy. So I ran away from a big beefy guy trying to give me a bad time or good time, depending on what you're into. And eventually I was able to prove I was strong enough by zapping him in the balls with electricity. As then me and the rest of the Dragonborns all teamed up to battle Alduin. And by battle, I mean I hit and shocked him with electricity, as all the other Dragonborns did most of the work. But eventually, I was able to stop him. As Alduin breathed his last breath, I proved yes, you can't beat Skyrim as a cannibal. But I decided to give up on cannibalism, as in I got married and settled down, and proved once and for all you can beat Skyrim as a cannibal. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace out. Love you all.